Already covered that one.
Yeah.
She's got nice hands, look at her.
Yeah.
She's only young.
That one might be alright.
Didn't you say something about what do people treat you like in Australia?
That was just
as an
about to ask
Italian.
that one. That was it. Okay,
As an
it says,
Italian.
it says, did you experience like resentment or
racism
racism or something?
What I experienced when I first...
Yeah.
When you came to
When I
Australia.
first arrived in Fremantle, we went down the street, and as we were walking along, a lot of people in the car they will go like this, they go like that, and I go like this, and I said to myself, God, they're friendly people. So they get into a stop and I go like that. I go, oh, and we go like that.
I know.
You
You mean stop?
mean they go like this, stop, and I go, and I thought, God, they're friendly people. They mustn't look. We must look different. No, they're not really friendly people, and that was it. Until a couple of days later, I find that all the cars were going, stop, slow down.
Yeah.
I thought, that was
Traffic
the
signal.
sign that they're going to stop, and I thought they would.
Yeah. In those days, a lot of cars, most cars didn't have indicators, stoplights, nothing.
Yeah.
So you had to just tell them, like you do on a bike.
Yeah.
You know, when you go there and you point over there and you go, I'm going there.
But I myself find was a bit strange. Next door and opposite, they won't talk to you until they really got to know you.
Yeah, but
And then, but for starters, I was so. What I used to go like this. In those days.
yeah.
I said, what's going on? Why you go like this? Somebody told me the story that when they came here, the English came here, what they call them?
Convicts.
Convicts came here, they weren't allowed to talk to each other. They used to
Possibly.
go like that.
Possibly.
You remember
They were
going
convicts.
like
Eh?
this? You remember the
Yeah,
Australia?
yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of a wink and a nod, you know.
Yeah. But I myself find they very honest,
Yeah.
great people. Yeah, I used to trust them like I never trust any bank or any people in the office in Italy.
So you liked them better than the Germans?
Yeah? Oh yeah. I find it very easy.
Didn't you tell me that when you used to go to Cremorne, they said, when you go to Cremorne, you can't drink there, they're going to call you a wog. And you said, I don't care if they call me a wog, I just want beer.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Don't you scare? Do you know what happened to you? The Australian fighter with empty bottle, you get a bottle on your head. I said today, they all say a lot to me, or go like this.
Yes, Great.
That's the one.
I don't remember that. Must have died out by the 60s.
But they're very friendly.
Yeah.
I find at Forts the bosses they weren't very friendly, but
I
the
think they are still.
harvest they were so good bosses, and maybe they need people there more.
Yeah.
This has got nothing to do with
No, it doesn't matter.
I might as well tell you.
Yeah.
When I was working at harvest, this fellow came to me and says, "What's your name?" And I said to Renato. He goes, "Oh, I call you Bill." Oh, okay, fair enough.
That is good.
And I said to him, "What is your name?" David. That's I remember. He said David, and I said, "I call you Peter." And he went.
Like Monty Python's, what if we call you Bruce?
Yeah.
That's what they call everybody Bruce.
Every in Australia at the International Office, it used to be called Johnny. That's easy.
Not Giuseppe either, Johnny.
Now I go to the dentist, the doctor, the nurse, or the
They're
hospital.
used to it now.
They Renato.
Yeah,
They're so clear.
it's a bit different.
Renato Di Martino, a bit different. No, I love the Australian people. I like them. From the first day, I said, "This is good. They'll look honest to me." That's what I loved.
That's what you needed too. That was one of you.
How about
Yeah.
now, Nick?
And the quietness of, after you've been in a crowded place, Geelong was
It would have looked.
paradise.
Did it look? It would have looked pretty new too, didn't it? Did it look new and?
Yeah.
Did it look new? You know, like everything or not?
No,
Not new, no?
I don't notice that.
Oh, I suppose you were.
I-
You're being rebuilt.
I noticed that
Yeah.
they, like if you get on the bus,
Yeah.
I saw a queue. I said, what they doing?
Oh.
Queuing for the bus,
Yeah.
which in Italy, whoever gets there first,
Yeah.
pushing.
Yeah.
It's very
I thought
orderly.
this is very nice.
I saw that more in Greece when I was there. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it.
Christ is out. That's not awful. If you're not used to it.
Yeah. Once you get
I
used to it,
never
you know.
get
it.
You just know. I couldn't believe it. It was queuing up. This way, we're queuing up for a domestic airport,
Yeah.
and there was queuing up. There was no such thing as it was just like this. It's just everybody going everywhere, you know. Stuff. They care.
In Italy, I was with Aldo, and I waited to get served. But all of a sudden, somebody jumped in front of me. And Aldo said, "Renato, what do you do? Why don't you move? Can't you know what to do? You got to push in."
That's great.
So I couldn't live there anymore.
That what you just said. You know how you leave? Is that? You know how you leave the last bit off the word Renato instead of Renato, and is that? I've heard a lot of Italians talking about it. Do that certain people say it? Do they certain this? Because they reckon in New Jersey they all talk like that.
Yeah.
The Italians and stuff. Some people say and stuff. Is it?
That's
What
what
is
they
it?
do.
It's just where you are, or it's funny.
Rome,
Yeah,
Mark,
yeah.
and Naples too. So.
They do that. Is it sort of like a slang, or is it?
Yeah.
Last time you were there, did you talk like that?
No, because I would speak
Italian.
Italian.
Yeah.
And actually, I was forcing myself
To say.
I wanted to get back to dialect, but I couldn't because if you tell in dialect, they would respond in Italian. They got mixed. People from other parts live there, so the dialect is finished.
I read a big argument online from Italians, different parts of Italy, saying, "Oh no, we always leave the end off, off the word." And other people say, "No, what are you talking about? We never do in our town." And they were all arguing about it. "Oh, they do in New Jersey and that." I used to think that it might have been something to do with the French, because you know how the French leave the last bit off every word they say. They leave the last letter off. I thought maybe that's it, but anyway, that's got nothing to do with it.
We got words like Clara, we call Clara.
Yeah.
Aure,
Yeah.
Iva, LV, my mother Elvira, LV.
Yeah. You got anything else?
Just seeing if anything.
We learn everything.
Yeah, I'm
There's
seeing
something
if
else?
anything we haven't covered. Is that a good question? I'm not sure. Mrs. Smith wrote that one. Well, not permanently, but like.
Yeah, I suppose it sort of is.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really the war, was it?
Well, yeah.
Viti's got a question. Did the war permanently separate you from Brutto or
Yeah,
Vitti?
Brutto.
But
Not permanently, but like not to live
you
there.
you were the only one in the family though that Aldo and Aurelia obviously went back to Italy, didn't they?
Yeah.
But you never wanted. You had a family, I suppose. But then Aldo did too. So
Oh.
no, Aurelia did. I mean.
Well, Aldo stayed 10 months. He wanted to see what was like. In Italy, he was in the town he was something special because he works in
He works for the government.
in the council,
Council.
and the people will respect him. But once he come in, you find out that he was nothing. He was
okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And also he had a wife and
Yeah.
a kid there. He just couldn't settle down. But Aurelio was the type that he couldn't settle down anywhere.
Yeah.
He went to Germany,
Yeah.
Belgium,
That's all.
Africa.
yeah,
Did he-
France.
Yeah. Did he go to Africa?
No, not Germany, France and Belgium, and then he came to Australia. He went back. He came to Australia. He went to Queensland. He came back to Geelong.
Wow.
He went back.
Wow.
He went
I
back
didn't know that.
to he wasn't happy. Doesn't matter where he was. He got the time that his kids in Italy started school.
Yeah.
He got stuck.
Yeah. He left Australia, I remember, in 1969, I think,
Yeah.
seeing him off at in a boat, in a ship. And because I remember we went on the Williamstown ferry to go across the dockland, rather than go across to Footscray.
Yeah.
We went across the ferry. Williamstown? Yeah, it was. Or a ferry. Something, it was a punt. It was a punt or something. It was a punt or something. Yeah, they called it a punt or a ferry. Yeah. And I remember, and I think I think it was 1969. I think it was when he finally, and he never came back from there. No.
Well, you couldn't.
No.
You couldn't.
Yeah.
Didn't you go back as well and then you didn't like it there? You went back and then you didn't
Dad,
like it.
we know,
I did.
we know, we heard that story before. That's when Mum went over as well. So. Another time?
There's another time, wasn't it?
No, you went
And
back
then
in.
you came back again.
No,
The
that
first
was
time you went
That was the
back.
time.
That was the
Oh, I
time.
thought you went back twice.
He went back in the
And then-
70s. 70. You went back for a holiday in
Oh,
74.
Yeah, 73.
73, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
That's when you were.
that was the time I thought I had enough of
Yeah, yeah.
the things. I used to think that here in Australia the things are much easier.
Yeah.
So what the heck am I doing this old town? In Geelong, I got to drive in.
Yeah.
I used to go to the drive-in with a bottle of sherry and Mum and drink it.
Yeah, don't worry, we did
At
too.
the end, at the end of the film, somebody had to knock at the window. The film is finished, so we go home.
We used to too, though, and that
Yeah.
was we used to as well. I remember we'd drink really great
Oh,
things like
nice.
Cinzano,
Yeah.
and then that wasn't strong. Then you get into Brandivino or some rubbish. I don't know why you couldn't just drink beer
Yeah.
and you drive home. You know,
Yeah,
after
no,
drinking a whole bottle of Cinzano or something.
But that was good. If you want to have a bit of rest or sleep, but you've got to drive.
Yeah.
Bit of drink.
That's right. Is that all the questions then? I think you've learned everything
I
about
think
it.
of basically just.
Just have a look through them all, yeah.
Yeah, I'll look through them all.
Have a drink of beer, Carla?
Oh, I better have one. Let's have one. You got to have your dinner too, though. I'm not going to. Vinny's already had hers.
We had some sandwiches before you came.
Vinny made, what was it that you made last night?
Katsudon.
Katsudon.
Oh,
And then
no.
Yeah, she made it, well, with
like
my help.
Japanese, it's like a pork bowl.
Breaded pork, you know, you get like a schnitzel, a breaded thick pork
Oh, yeah,
chop
Yeah.
that you put in breadcrumbs and stuff. You deep fry it,
Oh,
and then you put it on rice, but you have this sauce of sake, soy sauce, that Japanese stock, what's it called? The stock, what do they call that Japanese soup stock?
The tonkatsu.
No, the soup stock, you know, the powder they put in? Dashi.
Oh, dashi.
Yeah, dashi, yeah. Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, if you want to eat plenty
Yeah.
and cost cheap
Yeah.
in Geelong West, there's an Indian shop,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Indian restaurant.
Yeah.
Lucinos is the
Yeah.
name of it.
yeah.
Where
You want me to pause it? All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll